All right, so let's make this very clear. I have a mother, I have a father. My father, he lives literally about 8 minutes from one of my storefronts. I, years ago, went to his house, knocked on his door, and tried to talk to him. I haven't really talked to him, or he hasn't been in my life ever since I was 4 years old. So I tried to talk to my dad. He didn't come to the door. My mom then gave me his number. And she was like, go ahead and call him. Try to call him and let him know who you are and all that. I did. I had a really good talk with him. I told him he had a grandkid, all that, right? So he told me, he works at night. And he told me to give him a call the next day because he needed to go, and take his nap so he can get up for work. I called him the next day and he blocked me. I don't know why he blocked me, but he blocked me, right? And I have a mom that wanted me to go to college. I didn't go to college. She got really upset and she told me to get out her house. And I had to come to Philadelphia. And I was raised in Jersey, by the way. In South Jersey. So she told me if I didn't go to college, I needed to get out her house. So she actually told me to leave. I left, and she has never been to any of my businesses ever. And the reason I tell you guys this is because this was something that affected me as an entrepreneur when I started. I wish I could tell you guys that I started my businesses because I wanted to be successful. I wish I could tell you guys I started my businesses because I wanted to make a lot of money. Now, all of those things is exactly why I started those are reasons. But the main reason I started my business was because I was a young kid without a dad that cared about him. And I was a young kid without a mom that believed in him. And I felt like these two things were problems that owning a business could fix. I felt like if I actually sat there and owned a successful business, my dad would love me. I felt like if I started a successful business, my mom would feel like she was wrong and I could prove her wrong and she could say sorry. I felt like that, right? I felt like if I do this, then I prove all of the people that I feel should be closest to me wrong. Like my dad would come back crawling, begging to be in my life, asking me for money. And my mom would come back and say, hey, I'm sorry, son. I was wrong. You built a successful business. You are a mogul. You're everything, right? So I started with those intentions and it made me an asshole. I was a horrible business person because I was so arrogant when I got money. I felt like I needed to shove it in everybody's face. I felt like nobody could tell me anything because I felt like everybody owed me something. I felt like I was on top of the mountain because I did any and everything for money. And I had to learn, right? I had to learn how hard it really was to be a hurt person trying to hurt people. And my method of hurting people was starting a business and shitting on them. And the reason I bring this up is because a lot of us, we want support with our businesses, but don't understand why. A lot of us want people to support us in our businesses and dictate our business's success based upon support because we don't feel comfortable, confident, and also secure within ourselves. I know for dang sure I don't fully feel secure with myself now, but I know back in the day, I didn't feel secure with myself at all, right? I felt like I had so much to prove, but in all reality, I didn't have anything to prove to anybody because nobody was laying down with me and had to look at me every day and stare in the mirror, right? I had to stare in the mirror with myself. I had to lay down with myself. When I die, I'm going to go and be buried by myself. So everybody that I'm trying to prove wrong does not matter. And that's why I felt like I needed people to support me, because I felt like if you support me, then everybody that didn't support me will see and get jealous. That's not the way to go. So what I ended up doing was actually judging my success on if people supported me. And when I didn't get that support, felt like I was a failure and got really depressed and upset. And one thing I would definitely tell you guys to prevent this is don't ever feel like you have to have support by others in order to be validated or successful. Don't ever feel like in order to be successful, people have to see you, recognize you, especially the people that are closest to you. Don't ever feel like the family that you have owes you support. I have a bunch of family that I felt like loved me and should have came to my store's grand opening, or events that I have at my store. You know, I've thrown events before at my store just to see my family come, like as in, hey, I'm throwing a Halloween party, but I really only do that Halloween party just so my family can come to my store and see I have one. But every time I threw those parties and those events, nobody came from my family. All of my friends and people that you know, didn't owe me anything, or people that were just customers came, but not my family. And then I had to learn, like, yo, it's interesting because while as entrepreneurs we grow and want to have validation from people we love, most of the time the validation you're going to have is going to be from people that honestly don't even know you. Like, you'll get support from people that don't know you before you'll get support from your family. You'll get support from people that don't owe you love, or, you know, that you don't feel love is an obligation from. You'll get that support before you'll get support from people like your relatives. And that's okay, because what you learn as an entrepreneur that doesn't give up and stays on the journey is that no matter who supports you, keep your head down. No matter who gives you love, keep your head down. See, what I've learned is no matter what result I get, prime example, I started my YouTube from a couples channel all the way to now a channel that has 10K subs, and I teach people how to make extra income streams. But my channel, I only get like sometimes 100, sometimes 1,000 views. Now, that ain't bad. I know I said only, but that's actually appreciated, because even if I get 10 views, I'm happy. But like back in the day, that's not how it was. I wasn't happy if I got 10 views, right? I barely could ever get 100. And, you know, as we speak, my channel is growing, and hopefully I can continue to keep growing, God willing. But the beautiful part about it is, no matter what, I don't care about that result, because I just keep my head down and keep posting and keep sharing information and giving knowledge and giving value. And what I see is that I make more money than I've ever imagined from YouTube, not from the revenue from YouTube, but because I'm networking with people. I have partnerships that I build and things of that nature. So it's like, understand that there's going to be times, moments, and situations where you're going to have to just work, and you're going to have to realize that nobody's going to see you when you're crying. It's been times I've been in my office crying my ass off and for no reason, not knowing why. It's been times when I woke up and I'm standing in front of my whiteboard and I don't know what to write. I don't have no ideas. I don't have anything. And I just gave everything of me to try and be successful and build content and map out videos, but I don't have no more. I'm so burnt out, and I'm just crying to myself, right? And, you know, I would be embarrassed if anyone saw me crying about, you know, what I'm crying about. But no matter what, I think those moments made me stronger, and it also gave me a sense of importance, because I realized that, you know, I really want this that bad that I am willing to keep going, no matter how unappreciated or unrecognized I feel. So to that person out there that feels like, yo, I'm not getting that appreciation or recognition or support, you don't need it. Keep your head down, because see, people are going to support you when you get successful. They're not going to support you when you are just starting. They're not, because it's not popular and there's no reason to in their heads, and that is okay. But you always remember that, and you remember the most people that's going to support you right now are the people you don't know. So stop focusing on the people that you do know. Stop focusing on the people that you do think love you, and focus on the people that you're trying to help, right? Your service helps, or your products help. All right, guys, thank you so much. And again, man, keep your head up, keep your head down, and keep working.